both know the rules, keep it clean. I don't want anything low, watch your head, and when I say break, take a step. Most important, defend yourself at all times.
So, two undefeated fighters going head-to-head in the second semi-final of the Ultimate Boxer 4 Cruiserweight Tournament. So we're underway then, semi-final number 2 in Ultimate Boxer 4. Beautiful left jab scored by the man in the white trunks, but it was countered immediately by a right hand from the man in blue. The boxer wearing white is baby Sean Ali, and he's just been tagged by a good left hook by the man nicknamed Demolition Man, the boxer in blue, out of Manchester. Good double left jab from Chambers.
Chambers just seems a bit more composed with his style. See if Earlington can get into a rhythm and set it and compose himself a little bit.
Well, after his quick victory over Tony Conquest, beautiful straight shot landed once again. Oh, and a beautiful right hand from Damian Chambers has sent Rhasian Earlington to the canvas. He's beaten the count. He's showing referee Darren Sargentson that he's okay, but there is plenty of time left in this opening round. And Chambers is on the hunt for the finish, teeing off to both body and head.
And he's turned southpaw and just gotten hit with all right hands. He still hasn't really done anything effective out of the southpaw stance. I don't think Chambers has missed a right hand since Earlington turned southpaw.
And Earlington trying to fight his way out of the corner, but Chambers swarming his man like a piranha.
And now Earlington goes back to the right-handed stance.
Brings a big left hook, but it was wide of the mark. Chambers, he'll be keen not to load up. There's that up jab once again from around his waist. Right hand around the corner isn't too far away. Another looping left hook is wound up and missed. Beautiful left jab once more. Earlington trying to switch his feet, trying to get himself into the contest. But so far, well, it's one-way traffic from Damian Chambers. Now Earlington trying to establish his jab. He said before the contest he was nervous because he hasn't been hit in the head yet. Well, that has certainly been rectified now because he's taken a few shots from Damian Chambers and he's been put on the floor as a result.
Yeah, he more than got himself into the fight now if he's waiting to get hit. But you see how Chambers does something very sneaky. He's got something very crafty. He's got a nice jab and he uses it with the feints as well. But sometimes he'll throw a sweeping left hook, and it's a sweeping hook. Good combination there by Earlington. It's a sweeping hook that basically he's not even trying to hurt you with it. He's trying to sweep your head into his right hand, into the direction of his right hand. And you'll see him kind of change that jab into that hook once in a while and look to shoot that shoot that hard right hand.
Earlington switching to the southpaw stance again, but he took a while to switch from orthodox to southpaw, which meant he was square on for a very long portion of time. He takes another jolting left hand from Chambers, who's enjoying a terrific opening round in this second semi-final. There's the left jab once again, tripled up on this occasion, and keeping Earlington on the back foot. Nice looping left hand landed from Earlington, but Chambers back into the pocket behind a straight left.
Earlington's awkwardness being a little bit more effective in the last minute of the round.
What an action-packed opening round, and Damian Chambers starting incredibly quickly, sending Rhasian Earlington to the floor.
Listen, he's scared of that right hand. You're not throwing it though. Have a mouthful. Spit it out, fuck it! Mouthful.
You see the knockdown here. You see Earlington was right-handed there at the beginning, turned southpaw, jumped in with a jab. You see the way he comes in. And there he's a right-hander here in this combination. You see him, this is a different, he turns southpaw and he jumps in. You see how he jumps in with that lead jab. He didn't step in the right way, and he jumped in right into the counter right hand of Damian Chambers.
Move your head, Rhasian. Get your head on the move. Come on, son. You can do that, son.
Former English lightweight champion Scott Lawton giving the instructions in that corner. Trains at Scott Lawton's Impact Gym in Fenton in Stoke-on-Trent. Does Rhasian Earlington. Good right hand over the top behind a double jab.
And that was the same combination that got him the knockout in the first fight against Conquest. Double jab, right hand, landed there. Obviously, it didn't have the effect it had on Conquest, but that's what Earlington wants to do. Or needs to do.
Chambers looking for that looping left hand around the guard of Earlington, but Earlington altogether more confident. But he takes a stiff left hook there from Chambers, but Earlington looking to up his work rate and get to work behind his rapid left jab. He was just picked off by a nice straight left from Chambers, who's remaining composed and relaxed on the outside. There's that jab from the waist once again from the man from Manchester.
You see, Earlington tries to be a bit more confusing with turning lefty, turning righty, and then trying to jump in and fire off. Chambers a bit more composed because he's using feints as well. I think Earlington, if he's trying to be confusive or trying to confuse Chambers, there's double jab right hand again. That's his combination. And if he's trying to be confused Chambers, I think he could also use some feints in there as well. Chambers does a good job with the feints.
Well, Earlington said that even winning his first fight in Ultimate Boxing, which he's done, but winning it would mean the world to him. He said he has put everything on the line for boxing. Good double jab right hand again, and another right hand over the top, and a left uppercut, and all of a sudden Chambers is on unsteady legs, and he's wrestled to the canvas. No knockdown, according to referee Darren Sargentson, but how badly shaken up is Darren Chambers?
I don't know
how quickly has he recovered?
I don't know why Earlington's going to touch gloves. He's supposed to be jumping on him right away. Oh!
And he's doing exactly that, and Chambers is in real trouble here in the second round, trying to close the distance and hold on, but Earlington keen to work away.
And Earlington needs this 10-8 round. Chambers doing a good job of surviving the moment, and good hook, and that backed off Earlington right away.
Well, the heavy-handed Damian Chambers found a single shot to buy himself some time, but has his head cleared, have his legs recovered, because he was put on unsteady pins as Earlington with a beautiful left uppercut right hook combination. Minute to go in the second round, and it's been a terrific portion of the round for Earlington.
Earlington needs to get settled down a little bit. He's rushing his work a bit too much. And now back on the jab for both guys.
Exchange of jabs there. Oh, beautiful right uppercut and left hook once again from Earlington. And Chambers appearing to come apart at the seams, relying on his heavy-handedness, playing possum, trying to demonstrate that he's not hurt, but his legs have completely gone. They dip dramatically. Earlington back onto the front foot. He switched southpaw, looking to pick off his man, and lands a southpaw left cross. Chambers showing terrific punch resistance. He's taking an awful lot in the closing stages of this second round.
And if he can stay on his feet, it could mean the difference in the fight. I mean, we don't know what kind of third round we're going to have, but not losing this round 10-8 could be crucial in this fight for both Earlington and Chambers, or at least it's more important for Chambers. We saw the double jab right hand. That's the combination that hurt Conquest. And then all of a sudden, we saw the follow-up, and suddenly Chambers was hurt. He pushed down. He pushed Chambers down there, Earlington did, and that got Chambers a bit of a break. And here, how close was this to a knockdown? Is the uppercut left hook came, and Chambers stumbled, but wasn't knocked down. And of course, all of the bad bounds by Chambers in that round. He's a good technical fighter. It's because he was hurt earlier in the round and his legs were never steady underneath him to begin with.
Well, Earlington up off his stool, ready for work, showing Chambers that he is ready to go. Chambers taking every second of the 60-second intermission and then some. The bell sounds to begin this third round, and we are underway. Which way is this dramatic cruiserweight semi-final going to turn? Earlington on the floor in the opening frame. Chambers on unsteady legs for the majority of the second round, but crucially managed to stay on his feet. Jolting left hand once again from Earlington. Chambers countered with a shot of his own.
I tell you, Earlington makes that awkwardness work for him.
He said that he's unpredictable. He said sometimes he doesn't know what he's going to do next. So how on earth is my opponent going to pick it? Yeah, training at the Impact Gym in Stoke-on-Trent. Said he's laid it all on the line for boxing. He's a full-time pro. And he said when I spoke with him earlier this week, I am flat broke right now. I don't have very much, and winning this would be a life-changing occurrence for me. He's acquitting himself very well in this second semi-final so far.
And it's one thing to be awkward, but when you're awkward and you have punching power, it really can be scary for the opponent and really control your opponent, because awkward fighters tend to land weird punches. And you don't want to get hit with the weird punches when a guy can hit hard. And good counter hook by Chambers there.
Well, he lives in Madeley. The Impact Gym is in Fenton. He said it's a 10-mile run to the gym. Then he stays at the gym for 3.5 hours. Then he either catches the bus, runs or cycles home, consumes some food, rests for 90 minutes, and then it's out for hill sprints for Rhasian Earlington. That is his routine. He said that everything he's got has been laid on the line for boxing.
Having said that, because he lost the first round 10-8, he's got to win this round. He's got to get working. This round's still up for grabs here with 1:15.
Counter right hand from Chambers is a nice shot. He's got a full-time job as a furnace operator. 5 shifts in 7 days. 14 shifts over the course of 2 weeks. It's hard physical work. And that was beautiful single shot.
And now, I tell you what that was. That was important because that broke up the double jab right-hand combination of Earlington. Earlington was looking for that double jab right-hand combination again, but this time Chambers broke it up by using his own jab in between the 2 jabs and disrupting the remainder of the combination.
And now it's Chambers who's getting to work with that jab which served him so well in the opening round. Earlington trying to re-establish his. Big left hooks land almost simultaneously. Chambers appeared to be more forceful even though it was landed with the inside of the glove. 30 seconds to go in this final round. Earlington surely needs a big final 30 seconds when you consider that Chambers managed to stay on his feet during that torrid second round that he endured.
Yeah, and that could prove the difference in the fight. Although, you see a cut there on the left eye of Chambers.
And he's been put on the end of jabs. He lands with a left hand of his own. Both men have given absolutely everything in what was a pulsating semi-final.
What a fight.
Earlington came back terrifically after being put on the floor in the opening round. He had Chambers in serious trouble during the course of round number 2, but Chambers managed to stay upright. And then the final round was a competitive affair where both men enjoyed success.
Yeah, and Earlington looks like he used a little bit of a cut on the left eye as well. I'll say another thing. All the energy these guys saved by having a first round knockout in their first fight, they more than doubled that energy that they saved. They more than doubled in consuming that energy here in the second fight.
There was the jolting left hand that you talked about from Chambers.
There it is, right in between the double jab. You see that?
Earlington.
Because Earlington, clearly one thing we've noticed in these couple of fights, he loved that double jab right-hand combination. And there Chambers finally got a timing on it and disrupted it with his own jab before Earlington could turn the right hand over.
Well, mentioned how committed Earlington is to the sport as a full-time pro, but not fighting with that much regularity. Strange route into boxing for Earlington. Actually wanted to go in the army, but failed the bar test when he was 16. But then wanted to emulate his Uncle Johnny, who boxed. Went down to the boxing gym. After he was sent home from the army, they told him to come back in 2 months. He had a white-collar fight for Help for Heroes. And then at that point, he was hooked. Stayed in the white-collar scene, and since that time he's turned over, undefeated in 6 coming into this fight. But which way has this semi-final gone?
All the while listening to Luciano Pavarotti.
Well, he's a happy character, is Rhasian Earlington. We're about to get the verdict from RMC, who will be going through to face off against new tournament favourite Mikel Lawal in the final. That first round knockdown scored by Chambers could well be crucial when scoring in this contest. Here's the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I call a fight. If you agree with me, make some noise, Manchester! However, only one of these fighters can progress to the final. We consult the judges' scorecard. Steve Gray scored it 27-28. John Latham scored it 28-29. And Mark Lyson scored it 27-28. It is a unanimous decision. And our first finalist is Damian Chambers!
So Damian Chambers, a unanimous points decision victor, just 1 point on all 3 scorecards. That first knockdown in the first round proving absolutely crucial. And it's Damian Chambers who goes through to face off against Mikel Lawal in the cruiserweight final. Rhasian Earlington deserves immense credit for the way he came back from the first round knockdown to make that a really competitive encounter indeed. But it's Chambers who progresses.
And big credit to Chambers for staying on his feet in round 2. That was